Hey guys, good morning. Or afternoon. So the first type of factorization that we dealt with was highest common factor. The second one that we did was dots. Okay, the third type is the trinomial, and this is the last type of factorization that you're going to learn this year. You need to be able to recognize, am I trying to factorize highest common factor? Am I trying to factorize dots? Or am I trying to factorize a trinomial? Okay. This is the basic form of a trinomial. Okay, so you've got something to the power of 2 in grade 9 level, plus or minus something x, plus or minus a constant. Okay, so just a normal number. Basically, when I factorize a trinomial, it's the opposite of foiling out two brackets. Okay, so what I usually do is I give you these two brackets, for example, and then I'll say simplify, and then you'll say, well, x times x is x squared, x times minus 3 is minus 3x, 2 times x is positive 2x, and 2 times minus 3 is negative 6. Okay, then you'll simplify your like terms, so you'll say minus 3x plus 2x is minus 1x, and you'll be left with this, right, which is a trinomial. Okay, so I'm going to teach you how to go from this trinomial back into the brackets that it came from. That's the whole point of this video. Okay. All right, so this is in your notes. I think it is in your notes. Okay, so turn to your notes and then we can start. Okay, so there's two kind of ways that you can read a trinomial. The way that I do it is I read it from the back, okay, and I always check, is my last term positive or negative? Okay, so in this video, we're just working with the last term being positive. So if I've got three terms, 1, 2, 3, and this last term is positive, then I'm working with the sum of factors, okay, instead of the difference of two factors, and I'll show you what I mean by that. Okay, so there's my trinomial. In the end, it's going to have two brackets in it. Okay, so here's an example. So listen to the way that I read it. So I'm going to read it from the back, okay? So I'm going to say, what are the factors of 5 that when I add the two factors, I get positive 6? Okay, so I'm going to say it again. So what are the factors of 5? So 5 and 1, right? 5 times 1 is 5. So what are the factors of 5 that when I add them, I get positive 6? Well, that will be 5 and 1 because 5 plus 1 gives me 6. So what I do is I'm going to open up two brackets. The first term of the bracket will be x. Why will the first term of the bracket be x? Because if I'm foiling, remember if you're going the other way around, x times x gives me my x squared. Okay, so if this is an x squared, you're going to have two x's there. If this is a y squared, you're going to have two y's there. Alright, then I've already said to you factors of 5 that when I add them I get positive 6. Well, that will be 5 and 1, because 5 plus 1 gives me 6. Okay, you'll notice that if that last term is a positive, I'm either going to have two pluses in my brackets, like I did in this case, or I'm going to have two minuses in my brackets, like what I'm going to get here, and I'll show you how I do it. If you are not sure if you got the right brackets, you can always check yourself. So if you want to check yourself, you can FOIL it out. So x times x, that gives me x squared. X times 1, that gives me 1x. 5 times x, that gives me 5x. 5 times 1 gives me 5. Get your like terms. 1x plus 5x gives me 6x. Okay, I definitely factorized it correctly because this is the same as what they gave me. Okay, so if you're not sure if you got it right, you can always go and FOIL your brackets at the end and check if it goes back to your question. Okay, this one is pretty much exactly the same, except over here you have a plus 6x and over here you have a minus 6x. So I'm going to do the same thing. So factors of 5, that when I add the factors, I get minus 6. Okay. So remember I said to you, either you can have two pluses in your brackets or you can have two minuses in your brackets. So basically it's the same as this, except you can have two minuses. Right? The factors are 5, 5 and 1, minus 5, minus 1 gives me minus 6. And again, if you wanted to go and FOIL it out, you could, and you're going to see that you get back to your question. Okay, let's do some examples. These examples are in your notes, so you don't need to write down anything. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to read my trinomial backwards. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my two brackets. Because I've got an x squared there, I'm going to have an x and an x in the first term of my bracket because x times x gives me x squared. Alright, then I'm going to start from the back. Factors of 10, that when I add them I get 7. Positive 7, hey? So factors of 10, 10 and 1, when I add those do I get 7? No. 5 and 2, when I add 5 and 2 do I get 7? Yes, I do. Okay, so positive 5 plus 2 gives me positive 7. So there they are, 5 and 2. And then that's your final answer. If I were to go and try and FOIL that out now, I'll get back to the question. Okay, let's do the next one. Again, I'm going to open up my two brackets. Both of them are going to have x's in my first term. Alright, then I'm going to say factors of 15, that when I add those factors I get positive 8. Okay, so think about it. For factors of 15, that when I add them I get 8. 1 and 15 doesn't work. 3 and 5 works. Okay, so positive 3 plus 5 gives me positive 8. Okay, if Miss Delafield, sorry, if you can please just pause the video so that they can do those next two by themselves. Alright, then, let's do these ones. Okay, so the only thing I've changed from these ones here is that previously they were positive and now I've changed them to negative 7 and negative 8. But I'm still adding my factors, right? I've still got a plus in my last term, so either I'm going to have 2 pluses in my brackets or I'm going to have 2 minuses in my brackets. Okay, so in this case here, factors of 10, that when I add them, I get negative 7, or factors of 10, that when both of them are negative or both of them are positive, I get negative 7. That will be minus 5, minus 2. And then factors of 15, that when I add them I get negative 8. Factors of 15 will be minus 5, minus 3. Okay, it doesn't matter which way you put them. If you put your 5 here and your 3 there, it's the same thing. Okay, that's all from this video.